Okay, tonight is going to be so much fun. I've got a great guest on. Her name is Jen For the Glow. Can you tell that I'm glowing now? I just tried the Detox and I am highlighting kombucha. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome to GFree and Happy that happens every Monday night at 7 p.m. Pacific Time, 10 p.m. Eastern. I'm your host, Kathy. I've been gluten intolerant for 4 years now, and I started this show to kind of make awareness of what I went through, but also to connect with the GFree community. And we have a great community. So I'm very happy and excited to introduce everybody to Jennifer Jordan of For the Glow. She'll be on in a couple minutes. I want to say too who she is. She is a certified health nut with a passion for innovative workout methods, superfoods, and holistic health. We'll be talking about to detox or cleanse tonight. And we'll be talking about that in a few minutes with Jen. But first, this episode 16 of the GFree and Happy show is brought to you by Oval Eye TV. Oval Eye TV hosts and produces live video events built to meet your objective. Visit ovaleye.tv to request a free 30-minute consultation today to find out more about going live with your brand. And so every week I have an item that I enjoy and I like to highlight it, some kind of product, and it's GFree always. So tonight it is kombucha. I can't say it enough. And I'm not sure, Jennifer, is that exactly how you say it? Kombucha. Anyways, I never heard of this product until I went through this detox that we'll be talking about tonight with Jennifer Jordan of For the Glow. And she put this on my list. And I shopped at Amazon Fresh to get my detox items. She gives you a whole list, and we'll talk about that too. But this was on my list, and it's actually a very happy bottle. It says all sorts of fun little things on here, and it's very yummy. This one is gingerade, which is, hold on, it's fresh pressed ginger juice. And, well, kombucha, though, I had no idea it was actually something. I just thought it was the name of this pretty bottle. But if you Google kombucha, it's fermented mushrooms. Yeah, yum. So the second time I want to drink this might be, I don't know, a little bit later after I forget about, because there's like a little fizzy in it, and you wonder if that's like the fermented mushrooms fizzing, and Jennifer's shaking her head. But try it. Yeah. I didn't see that till after I said I was highlighting this, but it's actually very good, and it's so much better than drinking a soda in the afternoon. It kind of revitalizes you, and it's full of yummy stuff, right? It's actually only two things. It's kombucha and the ginger. That's it. So hello, gluten-free, healthy. And I also tried one other one because my store had two. So we tried the guava goddess. The smell of this is amazing. I do recommend this one too. There's a whole bunch of them on there, and I think we showed you. But I'm highlighting that because honestly it was really nice and a nice substitute for sodas in the afternoon. Elsie, okay, fermented mushrooms. But now it's time to get Jennifer Jordan on so she could talk about to detox or to cleanse or whatever we're going to call it. So Jennifer, hello. So nice to have you on my show.
I'm officially on right now, so I should stop writing on my Post-its.
Yeah, don't do that. She's the cutest thing in the world. And before we were on, she was dancing, getting all her jiggles out. Wait, which camera? This one. Hello. So Jennifer is going to talk about herself right now. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Should I start with my dancing career or
Yes,
lack
please.
thereof? No, bad. So I am a health and fitness and nutrition expert. I've been working specifically with women for over 10 years, which I started when I was 12. So I'm only 22. And I want people to know, because I think often we think of fitness professionals as little Autobots, but since we're talking so much about nutrition tonight, I thought it would be nice to let your audience know too that I've been in the professional shoes, and then I've also been in the client shoes. When I was in college, my first year, in 1 year, I gained almost 80 pounds just due to stress and lifestyle, and it took me a really, really long time to lose that. It took a few years for me to finally get that off. And just when I thought my hurdles were over, in 2008, I was diagnosed with cancer, which that was the catalyst for nutritional shift. It rocked my world. And I went from being, I don't want to say your typical trainer, but I was definitely more of the, oh, have a sugar-free Red Bull before your workout and then have your whey protein after your workout, which not that whey protein is bad, but not all are great. And it just, the whole experience of having cancer and healing taught me to really look at my body from a holistic place. It was no longer just about being fit or aesthetics. It was about knowing that everything from my temples to my toes, it's connected, and the most powerful way to bring about health and to make everything connect is through nutrition. The power on our plate is just unbelievable, and I think everyone says this after they go something so traumatic. I'm so thankful for the experience because it made me so passionate about food and what we can do with food, and I could go on and on. Anyway, that's me in a nutshell.
Well, and I'm glad you brought in all of that, because I didn't know how to coax that out of you if you weren't going to say it. Because some of my guests get a little like, oh, my name is, but you definitely said exactly what I wanted you to say. And I think the healing part is a big part of what we're going to talk about too tonight.
Yes.
Because you are from the top to the bottom. It's all you. Whatever you put in your mouth too is a big deal. And
it either helps or hurts you. So you can look at it that way.
And you really do glow. You have been. I know. And Jess, hello Jess, says, I love your hair, Jen. So yeah, she's got her, what did you say? You're smart, Jen?
I go back and forth between blonde and brunette, and I would like to say brunette Jen. Maybe it's less bleach in the brain. Brunette Jen is a little bit smarter. Yes.
So anyways, we're going to have fun tonight. The first question I have for you is, I'm going through the detox, and I'm going for reasons to make this year is to heal my body after so many years of fighting gluten and even being glutened and eating the wrong foods. You know, if you read the wrong, I'm actually getting my eyes checked this week too because of the labels were so stinking small. So I'm going through a whole revision of myself too. Mm-hmm. And because of you, I'm in another step, because the first part of it was kind of like educating myself of, okay, no more crap going in this body very often.
Right.
And then now it's like, oh, this is a cleanse to me. It said detox, but it was more of a cleanse. So let's talk about this. This past week I did Detox, your detox program, and it's gluten-free, of course.
All of our programs are gluten-free.
Yes. So can you tell us why it's important to cleanse? Does it help in the healing process? Tell us a little bit about that.
Can I just clear up too really quickly the detox versus cleansing?
Please.
And put everyone at ease, because when you hear either one of those words, it really does send some people running for the hills because they think they're going to have to live on tree bark or go off to Camp Colonics for 7 months.
And that word detox too, it's like, what?
That's not what I'm all about.
Yes.
We're about food-based lifestyle changes, that kind of detox. But when you say detox versus cleanse, there's a world of controversy, and that's just the silly wellness industry. And I think detox versus cleansing, I use the two words interchangeably for the most part, because at the end of the day, for me, what it means, detox and cleansing, is out with the old, In with the new. And we're not just talking about food. The most important thing during a detox really is that we're cleansing out your lifestyle habits, because it's not necessarily the food that got you to where you are today. It's the habits and the emotional triggers usually behind the food. So a detox can really help with that. So I say detox, cleanse, and it probably annoys some people, but if that annoys some people, well, God bless you if that's your biggest concern.
I don't think so at all. And I do have a question too about a lot of people say, will it hurt? Will it hurt my body because it's going through this whole different way of eating for a short time? But me, I'm not going back to the other way. So it's not really a short time for me. But sometimes it's like blocks of so is that bad for your body?
It can help you or it can hurt you. Detoxing is something that you want to make sure that you're using the right plan. If anyone is entering a detox from the standard American diet, so heavy processed foods, sugars, toxins, detoxing can be something that can really throw you into a state that you don't want to be in, which is why it's really important to do a pre-cleanse leading up to your program. But what I think everyone should know, and this is one of the reasons why people are lacking in results and so frustrated many times, and it's this: your body responds to nutrients based on the state that it's in. So based on your current state. So if you are stressed out, if you are lacking in sleep, if your digestive system is struggling, if you're processing gluten, if your body's trying to do that, your body is so busy trying to put out those fires that when you're feeding it all of these nutrients, it's not set up to properly assimilate the nutrients. So you could be doing everything, let's say perfect, even though I don't like to use the P word. You could be doing everything perfect and not getting any results and wondering what the heck is going on here. And that's why, is because your body, whatever the current state is in, it needs to go through a process of healing.
Well, so that is so true, because for years, I thought, okay, I'm gluten-free now. I'm not going to put any more gluten in my body. I never lost a pound. There were people that lost tons of weight during this. But I think it is your body is struggling to figure out what the heck you're doing.
Yep. You've got to give it a clean slate. I call detoxing, it's a whole total body reboot, and it's also a complete reboot on your lifestyle habits. So I think everyone can benefit from going through a food-based, meaning eat foods.
And you eat a lot. Yes.
Yeah, eat a lot, because what we want to think of is not depriving our body of nutrients. We want to think of flooding our body with nutrients. So
that's a good thing to say. Yes, flooding.
Yes, flood your body with nutrients. So I don't like to bash other programs, but when I see things that are really lacking in nutrients, or you're not eating and whatnot, maybe, I don't know, to each his own, but I think that really the most important thing is to get the right foods into your system.
Okay, so let's talk about those foods. Put up that kale, the main ingredient, kale. And she does warn you, you gotta like kale, but if you don't, she'll be sad. So
we can't be friends if you don't like kale. So.
And at the beginning, I will tell you, kale was not my friend, because it's like, are you kidding? 5 cups of kale a day? I'm green. So tell us why you have these ingredients that you do, and name some of them, because I did a little video today of things that really turned me on about your program too, that I had never tried before. So say some of them.
Well, kale is just I love greens in general, and it's so important to rotate your greens, because the wider variety of greens, the wider your range of nutrients. So I love my kale, but you should get other things in there as well. But greens are going to be the #1 thing when you're doing a detox. And for those people, let me give you a little trick. If you're not ready to bite off a whole detox, just add a bunch of greens into your diet to get you started, and that will give you a daily detox.
Great tip.
A lot more gentle. That's
yes.
a great way to start. So greens are super important, and we want to think beyond the grocery store. So you have your dark leafy greens and you have your dark vegetables. When you're detoxing, you have to go organic. You have to promise me that, because what's the point of putting all of these things into our system if they're conventionally grown and they have all of the pesticides? So very important. Beyond your grocery store greens, we have what I call the super greens, and that's going to be your sea veggies like kelp kelp and nori, your algae, so your blue-green algae, and then your grasses, which I know we're talking gluten-free, so we want to make sure that if you do the wheatgrass or the barley grass that they're certified gluten-free.
I'm sorry, anything with the word wheat, I don't eat.
It's scary. Amazing Grass did get back to me, though, because that's such a huge part of the superfood diet, and they are certified gluten-free.
Really?
So that's good to know.
That is good to know. Thank you. So
beyond your greens, obviously, if I were to just put you on a detox eating greens, you and I probably wouldn't be friends by the end of it either. So I'm going to give you some more. How about that?
Okay, please do. Let's hear them all.
So healthy fats are really, really important. So we want to get, you can have nuts and seeds on the detox. You can have things like, Kathy, you were talking about tahini, coconut oil. But I have to tell you one little thing about fats is that we want them to be raw or cold pressed, because when a fat is heated, like your really yummy, creamy peanut butter, it's actually a trans fat. It's changed, the compound of it has changed, and it's now become a toxic, rancid chemical. That's the buzzkill of the night, and that's all I have for you in terms of buzzkills. But you have to buy raw,
and rancid.
Right? Rancid. So it's really important that you get those cold pressed oils, and that your almond butter, whatever you use in that sense, says raw on the label. Super, super important.
Wait, I need to stop you for a second. Don't lose your train of thought. Can you say more about the barley grass being gluten-free? Elsie'd like to know.
You know, we talked about this in the last show. So it's actually, what was it? It's the seed of the wheatgrass or the barley grass, I believe, and I could be off on this. It's the seed that contains the gluten, not the actual shoot, the grass shoot itself. So as long as it's processed by a company who is certified gluten-free, that means that they've extracted it. They've taken the stalk of the wheatgrass or the barley grass, and there are no seeds mixed in there. So I would just recommend, whenever you do wheatgrass, barley grass, anything like that, I think it's only wheatgrass that you would have to be concerned of. I wouldn't know if barley? No, barley is, isn't it?
Yeah, barley's definitely one that we don't want to touch. And I would have to really look into that before I did it. And that's nice that you said that, so we can research more, everybody in the GFree community. Hello, everybody that's saying hi. Now, hold on. There's, okay, there could be a chance of cross-contamination with barley grass. Okay, so that's... So
just sure certified. That's what I would say.
Certified
I would be a fanatic about doing your research, and I'm that way from my clients. Yes. And if you question it, just don't do it. There are other greens that can get you that same result. So, spirulina. There it is.
Spirulina.
Axe the wheatgrass.
Okay. There you go. Let's try that, because none of us want to try the other stuff. So we'll do that. And there was one other thing that that Ovali, Jen and I want to talk to you about, the Gwyneth Paltrow thing. But right now, let's keep going on the food products that you put into your program.
So greens, we have the healthy fats, we have alkaline forming seed-like grains. So you can have things like quinoa, which the quinoa pancakes on the detox are phenomenal.
Oh my gosh, phenomenal is right.
And it's literally, you soak the quinoa overnight,
yeah.
Mix it with a little almond milk in the morning or whatever you want to use, batter, that's it.
Hello, yes.
Easy.
And we've all pinned that sucker, yes.
So easy. So our seed-like alkaline forming grains are also on the program, and then we use fruit. I like to stick to low glycemic fruits, because oftentimes when people are entering into a detox, sugar seems to be a little bit of a slippery slope and a trigger. So we tend to limit those foods, just the fruits, just a little bit. But when you think of a detox in general in terms of food, it's just whole food, alkaline forming, low glycemic, just organic foods. The main no-nos will be alcohol, bummer, sugar.
She can't see me. I'm cringing a little because I am.
And then dairy and meat. And for those of you who love your dairy and love your meat, I'm not saying those can't be healthy foods. What I'm saying is they don't have a place in a detox. And what happens is that when you pull away from those foods for a little while and you go through the detox, your body is just set up to assimilate those foods, because those are the foods that are tough to digest. Those are the foods that your body is working 24 to 72 hours on. So it's just really important if you can just steer clear of them for the detox and then get down with your bad self and have your dairy when you're done.
I think that was a good thought, because I thought, oh my gosh, you've cut everything, but you know, because I like my meat, so I grew up on a lot of meat, but I only like certain ones now, and I think that was important too, to just kind of cleanse, to then go back to what ones I really enjoy the most. And so Gluten Away is asking meat. If I can part from my meat. Oh, he's being funny. Yeah, meat. We like the meat.
I'm with you. Oh. I'm with you on that. But just give me 10 days.
10 days.
And then you'll feel so happy. And you can't underestimate the power of plant protein. So plant protein is really dense in protein. So an 8-ounce steak is only your body can only assimilate 15% of that protein. Only 15%. Do you know how much of the protein your body can assimilate from spirulina? Up to 90%. So in terms of density, plant-based proteins win. In terms of grams, obviously the meat tend to be the winner, but you can't just think of protein in terms of grams. You have to think of, okay, how much of that is my body actually going to assimilate?
And this is really, you can do 10 days. If I can do it, anybody can do it, let me tell you. But I think it's a big thing here, because plant-based in giving you, this detox gives you a lot of protein, because you're doing the chia seeds. You didn't talk about that yet. The chia pudding, which I'd never tried before because it just sounds gross.
Yes, it does. So and it looks kind of gross. So
and it's like this. Everything you do is very easy. You provide us all. In fact, I put it on the screen behind me. And it's on, it'll be Jen Ovalai, please tweet out this cleanse again, because she gives it on her website here, but she gives all sorts of info. But this chia seed thing that she tells everybody to eat, you actually just shake it up in like a mason jar the night before and put it in the fridge, and then you're good to eat it. You just have to get used to eating gush. Kind of.
It's like Jell-O that hasn't quite set. If that's an appetizing way to sell it.
I can't hear her.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, something. Hold on. Oh, and we've got some more questions, and I'm trying to get up my volume because I lost Jen's sound for some reason. Hold on. Maybe it's me that no, I didn't put her on mute.
Did I mute myself?
There she is. She is. Okay, so Elsie asked what's the plan for after the detox, and then also, is there a significant weight loss during this? And from my thing, it's a slow, nice weight loss for me. I didn't think it was like 10 pounds. Oh, darn, but you don't want that much, right, Jennifer? You want like slow, steady?
I consider detox as a happy side effect. It's not the reason why we ever go into it. We don't go into it, with weight loss as the primary goal. We go into it for, improving our health as the primary goal. And if it happens to be a blissful little side effect, that's a fantastic thing. Everyone is different. I've had clients do my detox program that have lost 14 pounds over the 10 days. I've had people who haven't lost any weight. So it's just, everyone has a different chemistry, and it will vary from person to person. And it will also vary based on your activity level too. The detox is a time to really tune in and turn in and slow it down. So if you're someone who's coming off of a really intense exercise program and you're going into, the detox, it can be, adjusting from that can, I guess at the end of the day, don't worry about weight loss if you can. If it happens, groovy. If not, then you know that you've set your body up for success for the next stage of your nutrition, which if weight loss is your goal, that's where it's going to happen. And it's going to happen so much easier because you went through this.
Well, and one thing everybody, that 7 days I've been on this, and the first couple of days are like, oh my gosh, so much green, so much stuff that I don't know about, but ooh, this is kind of tasting good. But the part that I love the most is today, and actually yesterday. I felt like I glowed. I felt like I had lost weight, and I haven't checked my weight lately, but you feel light. You feel like your head cleared. You feel, you just feel much better, full of energy too. I didn't have any caffeine today. Well, I had a little this morning. Sorry, Jennifer. Okay. But
I would try not to stand between a girl and her coffee because I love it myself.
So there are some things like I have to say on Saturday I cheated. I had some pizza because sometimes you just have to give in to that craving, and she says that on her. Jennifer talks about that, and it was a date night, and it really called me. But once I got that, I didn't want it ever again. I mean, I'm not craving anything. In fact, it's weird. You don't feel like you're craving your foods anymore.
It's because we crave whatever is in our bloodstream. So if you continue to eat processed foods, you'll continue to crave processed foods. So the more you can get healthy foods into your system, those are the foods that you're going to start to crave. I kid you not, I can't tell you how many clients have said, if you would have told me 6 months ago I was going to be craving kale and green smoothies, I would have said you were completely insane. And it just makes me laugh because it just happens.
I honestly can say I now like kale. I actually want it. I put it in everything. I put it in my smoothies, and let me tell you, I never did before. It just sounded gross, yeah, but it is. And I like broccoli. I love broccoli many different ways. But Jen gives you kind of that easy recipes. I mean, super easy. You're chopping, but super easy
because
things.
They're Jen tested and approved. I have no skills in the kitchen, so all of the recipes are your 5-year-old could make them easily, minus the chopping. 10 minutes, prep to plate, you're done.
And the last thing I'll say about this is that my comfort foods were always kind of the feel-good, really saucy or whatever I wanted, salty. But now I have a feel-good comfort food of the salad with like a comfort dressing of the tahini dressing. It's like, ooh, that's just perfect. And I crave it.
A little tahini with garlic and sea salt is just, it's perfect. It's all you need.
And the, what is that oil that I love? Jen, my daughter and I, sesame oil.
Sesame oil is delicious. Sesame oil massage on the kale. And that's a tip for people if you've never gone the kale route before. You really have to massage the kale leaves, as silly as that sounds, with the oil.
I'm sorry, a lot of educating here in this kale stuff. Yeah, when I heard massage it, it's like, what? Are you kidding me? So... yes, but hold on. Jess is saying, agree. I did Jen's detox during resolution challenge in January, and people told me I was glowing afterwards. I also was down a few pounds, she says. I've kept up with the superfood diet and workouts and since then, and I have made such a big change in my life. I love my kale and green smoothie, too, as a daily routine. And isn't that nice? You got a nice little...
That's awesome.
Thank you, Jess. We love Jess, too. Yeah.
And I think someone had asked about what you do after the detox,
yes.
And that's so important. Detoxing and retoxing is just, you don't want to do it. So it's so important that you have whatever it is set up after that lifestyle that you're going into, keeping the foundation, what you started in the detox, and carry that on through the rest of your life.
You have to kind of make that challenge, say, I'm not, this is my lifestyle now.
It is. And you know what's so great about the detox is that the detox also will detox your habits, your emotional triggers, because when you're stuck to that little condensed menu and you're limited in foods temporarily, it does cause for all those emotional triggers to rise because you're being confronted with not being able to have something that you would normally reach for. And it's so great because people let those emotions rise to the surface, they cleanse them out too, and when they exit the program, not only is their body ready to go, but they feel emotionally so much stronger and so much rooted in the lifestyle that they want for themselves.
Well, and like I said, the reason why I had you on tonight is for my gluten-free community too, to know that it's safe and it will just help you heal. I think it's helped me a lot because in December I had some really bad issues that it was hard for me to eat and drink wine actually too, which I've always been able to enjoy. So I've just started a different lifestyle to help me heal, and I think your program has done wonders. In 7 days. Can I have like a sticker that says I'm a proud member of the Glow Society or something?
You're a Glow graduate. Yeah. At the end. I should make those. I really should.
You should, because I'll wear one. Gluten Away asks, would Jen know of a way to make juicing or smoothies low glycemic? Because he has some issues. He has an adrenal disorder. So
okay.
How do you do that?
We have something called green sludge, where it's just a green smoothie sans fruit. So if you can handle that, adding things in like cucumber is a really nice neutralizer to all of the greens. So maybe add in a little cucumber and then add in just a few slices of pear or apple, or you could also go with the really dark berry as well. Another thing that you can do to slow the release of sugars into the bloodstream is make sure you have that fat in the smoothie, because the fat will help slow those sugars, which will just stabilize your blood sugar over time.
And name a couple of those fats for us that you suggest.
Oh.
Yes.
Another tip coming your way. So I recommend that you add 2 different kinds of fats. We want to get something in like a chia or a flaxseed that have the omega fatty acids. But then here's what you can do to up your absorption. You add in a little bit of coconut oil too. Coconut oil is a medium chain fatty acid, but it's also a potentiator for omega fatty acids. So it can triple your absorbency rate. So a little coconut oil, a little chia or flax, perfection.
Hello.
Smoothie
So
perfection.
I didn't know that, because it's like oil in my smoothie. What if I don't put that in there? But you need it all it balances everything.
It really does. It really does. And coconut oil is just brilliant for hair, skin, and nails. If you want that glow, coconut oil is where it's at.
And I like that coconut oil. So hello, glow. Does anybody else have any questions? I do have one more for, would detox be okay for my 13-year-old who has CD? Do you have a age limit on this?
I think that as long as it's food-based, it's probably safe for everyone. But I would say, this is the legal schmiegel, consult your physician first. But then I think it would be something that would be safe. It's food-based. There's no supplements. There's nothing crazy. So
I didn't see anything crazy. In fact, it just made me like it even more, because I never am starving and craving, and I used to have the shakes too, so I don't have any of that anymore.
And there's no calorie restrictions on this, so you're given kind of an approved foods list, and you eat until you're satisfied. So it's great for everyone.
Okay, and one for me would be, what is the perfect meal for you? Tell us.
Nutrition or taste? I know you can have both. Gosh, people are going to harp on me for that, but I'll give you nutrition. Should I say nutrition?
Nutrition. Let's do the nutrition, since I'm all about that.
We're talking about nutrition.
Pizza once in a while too. You have to have that. Okay.
I would say a perfect meal for me, nutrition-wise, is to look at my plate and see a full spectrum of colors. So I want to see those bright, vibrant colors. I want to see seasonal produce on the plate, because that's a really great way to up your nutrients. And then I want to see those satisfying foods too. So I want to have a little quinoa. I want a little protein. So really a perfect meal for me would be to have, I call it the spectrum salad, which is just full of fresh veggies with maybe a little bit of tempeh and quinoa. Really quickly, my perfect meal taste-wise, if you're in Seattle, go to Chaco Canyon and have the raw enchiladas. They're gluten-free and they're amazing.
I'm getting into this raw stuff too, which is really fun, between you and some other people I follow. I think you do a really good job of showing us what raw food is. I have another question. So we've all been glutened, and it really kind of like sets us back a little bit in the healing process. So we're asking if it would help if you detoxed after you've been glutened to heal that gut of yours. I
don't think that you need to do a whole detox. I think that people only, and everyone is different, of course, it could be different if you have various health issues, but for the most part, overall in general, 1 to 2 full detoxes per year should be all you need, as long as in between you're leading a healthy lifestyle. Now, if you've been glutened or even
zapped,
what you probably need to do is just pull back for a few days and spend a few days. Maybe you can use your detox protocol. So Kathy, for example, you could use those accelerated detox days or the superfood detox days and just follow that protocol for a few days, and I bet you'll be feeling better than ever in no time.
And accidents would help too. Yes. Mm-hmm. You have been full of information, and I like even your taste food is the raw food, which you totally go through this whole natural thing. Follow Jen on Instagram too, so you could see every meal. I saw what she had. Was it this morning you had that bowl of stuff? What was that?
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, now I can't remember, but
Was it the greens
yeah,
that I had on
no,
there? That was dinner the other night. Yeah.
okay. Well, you get to see what she eats all the time and get ideas. Go to her cleanse. We put her link on the chat, and I'm sure it's being tweeted out here too. I do recommend For the Glow for this because you will glow. So Jen, why don't you tell us where everybody can find you?
You can find me on social media all over the place by just For the Glow as my handle. And then the mothership website is fortheglow.com. And if you go there right now and enter your email address, you'll actually be alerted. The superfood diet and the new revised detox diet comes out on Wednesday. So if you're interested in that, you can get a coupon code for that.
I don't know
and
if
then my
I am.
blog is everydayglow.com, where we just give a little tidbit of information every day to help you get that glow.
And that's, I've been looking at that every day. She also provides videos during these kind of things too. She gives very helpful tips like she did tonight. I can't believe how many helpful tips tonight. It's like, ooh, this is so exciting. So Jennifer, thank you so much for being my guest tonight. I've been waiting for you to be, because you've had to do some tweaks and stuff. So I'm very happy. You'll be back in Seattle next month, or in May, you say?
May 1st.
Yes, and she does a whole workout series too, and it starts in May in Seattle. We didn't get to talk about that much because it was all about the food, but I'll have to have you on again.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
And you'll have to come to a class. Let's just get that commitment live on the air right now. Kathy, will you come to a class?
I will, as long as you don't have to wear bikinis when you're working out, because you mentioned that. But that was a joke.
I was kidding. Yes. Bikini boot camp, we don't have to wear bikinis.
Thank you. That would be really scary. Okay, so Jen, thank you again for being my guest. Appreciate it. Okay, so hello, that's so wonderful. I do recommend you all at least check out her system that's on her website. We gave you the link to her spring cleanse. Next week, and Elsie's in here in the chat tonight. Elsie, you're my guest next week, and I love her website. It's called My Kitchen Shrink, and we're going to be talking to her next week. But until then, check out GFreeandHappy.com. Check out the older videos. I have one of Taylor from last week too. He was amazing. Had great. He was a great inspiration. Other than that, I will see you next week on GFree and Happy. Have a very happy GFree week.